Hey everybody, Rich here. I am a Skype user and I use FreeTalk. FreeTalk is a box, this box right here, not two of them, just one, that allows you to use a regular phone via Skype. Now I'm not talking about cell phones or smartphones. I'm talking about plain landline phones. Now the way it works is that your router, you use the blue port here to use an RJ45 to go to the router, and the yellow one to use an RJ11 to go to the plain phone, and they show how it works here. Blue one router, and this one, I'm not sure which one of these is the regular phone. There's a third one too if you already have a landline phone, like a digital landline or even an analog landline. So you can use FreeTalk to go back and forth between an existing phone line you have and a Skype line if you want to. I don't do that personally. I just use it for Skype alone because I don't have a regular landline otherwise. All I have otherwise is a cell phone. Anyway, I will be writing a full review on the FreeTalk box because it does work fantastic. It works great. Just plug in a phone and you can walk around your house, apartment, or your dwelling wherever you live, and you don't have to get one of those ridiculously expensive internet phones or use something like a iPod Touch, which you can use through Skype through the Skype app. And it works great, but you have to have an iPod Touch, and those things cost $200. This costs $40. A lot cheaper, and it works great. Anyway, the FreeTalk box freaked me out. Totally freaked me out because of the way it identified, or should I say the way it didn't identify itself on the network. Now, I was in my router administration interface for my wireless router, and every one of them has a way to list the currently connected devices to the network, which is ordinarily called a DHCP table. This simply just is a list of all the devices on your network, and it looks like this on my network. So I have this one, that's my PC. I have this one, that's my netbook. I have this one, my Nintendo Wii. And then this, unknowable. And it has a MAC address that doesn't look like any of my other MAC addresses. And this is the part where I freaked out. Because it's an unidentified thing, network thing, on my network, and I don't know what it is. I thought someone broke into my network. That's where I freaked out. So then I go into the system settings for the Connect Me interface, which is how you administer the FreeTalk box. You do it through your browser. And it turns out that this MAC address here for unknowable matches this one, which means I was freaking out for no reason because they match. So I know it is the FreeTalk box, and no one broke into my network, and I breathed a huge sigh of relief. But if anyone from the FreeTalk the people who make FreeTalk happen to see this, it would really be nice if you actually assigned a host name to the FreeTalk box, or allowed you to go into system settings somewhere and actually assign it a host name yourself, which would be really nice because there's no way to do it. The box works, don't get me wrong, it works great, but if you saw this in your DHCP list, yes, you would freak out because you're like, oh, what is that? Someone busted in my network. No, just the FreeTalk box. So, phew, okay. Now life can go on. So, but again, yeah. Anyway, like I said, I will be writing a full review on the FreeTalk box soon on PC Mech. Like I said, it works great except for this one part. Oh, and on a final note, my router, for whatever device does not identify itself with a host name, it automatically assigns it unknowable. Now in other routers like Linksys or D-Link or Netgear or whatever it is you happen to own, it probably would show up as blank. It would say host name and there would be nothing here. You would see the MAC address, but there would be no host there. Mine, which is the TrendNet as you see down here, when it encounters a device which is connected but doesn't have a host, will automatically assign it the name unknowable, which just sounds creepy and freaky. No, it's the FreeTalk box.